So here they are before. They smell like yeast rolls. They smell good. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Tia Faith. In today's video, we are making yeast rolls. I think this is a fairly simple recipe to follow. It doesn't have a lot of ingredients. Probably the hardest part is just waiting for the dough to rise and going from there. So before we get started, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know what ingredients I'm using. I have about 1 1/4 cups of warm milk, 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. I have some granulated sugar, 1.5 tablespoons. I have about 1 teaspoon of salt. I have 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and I cut them in cubes. You want these at room temperature. Then I have 1 large egg at room temperature. And I have about 4 cups of flour in here, all purpose. And the recipe calls for 3 3/4 cup, but depending on how sticky the dough is, we might use more, we might use less. That's why I say about 4 cups. And then also, once the dough is finished mixing, we're gonna transfer it into a oiled bowl, which I've already oiled. So let's go ahead and get started adding everything into the stand mixer. So first we're gonna add the warm milk. We're gonna add the yeast. And then we're gonna add the sugar. We're gonna mix that and then allow it to get a little foamy and bubbly. Hey guys, if you're new, welcome to my channel. I hope you are a lover of all things, and if you are definitely in the right spot. We talk about everything from personal finance, cooking, health and fitness, to what are you doing this weekend. And if you are returning, I'm so happy to have you back. Whether you're new or you're returning, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I keep the content coming and I really appreciate your support. Our yeast mixture is ready to go, so I'm gonna go ahead and start adding the rest of the ingredients, which includes the room temperature egg, salt, flour, followed by the butter. So let's go ahead and add that. After this is well combined, we are gonna go ahead and add the flour. I did not get on video the first 2 cups of flour I added, but you just add it until it gets to the desired consistency. Fortunately, you will be able to see the consistency here in just a moment, but again, I ended up using about 3 1/2 cups of flour. I didn't use the full 4 cups, as you'll see a little later in the video. This is definitely after about 2 cups of flour, but again, it's okay. I will add some more flour, but I am gonna go ahead and add in the butter cubes and make sure those are well integrated into the dough as well. I think this helps gives it that nice fluffy texture that the yeast rolls actually have. But I add a little bit more flour as the process goes on because this right here is too sticky. We do not want it that sticky. And you see the butter's actually not like incorporated, and there's some more flour that I'm actually adding in to get it to the consistency that we're looking for. And again, I am going to add some more flour, trying to get it to that nice dough consistency, sticky but not too sticky. And even though it might look like I'm adding a lot of flour, again, I did not use more than 3 1/2 cups. I was scooping it in, heaping cups at a time. And yeah, 3 1/2 cups, 4 cups is all you really should need, especially if everything's like going well. All right, so this is the dough. It's sticky. We want it sticky, but we don't want it too sticky. I think this is a good consistency. I'm probably gonna let it knead for about 2 more minutes and then put it in the bowl. So once it goes in this bowl, we're gonna let it rise for about 1 hour covered. Here it is. There you have it. And I'm just going to cover this with saran wrap. and I hope an hour is enough because it's pretty cold in my apartment. I think I'm gonna turn the heat on just to make sure. But here it is, covered in saran wrap, and I'm just gonna put it right there in the corner and let it rise for about an hour. So I'll come back in an hour and let you know how it looks. I cannot believe I just did this. So my dough doubled in size. I pulled it out. I was talking to you guys. I was telling you all about kneading it and everything, and I was not recording. So it doubled in size. I rolled it out into the shape of a rectangle. I cut it into diamonds, and now I'm gonna let it rise for about 20 minutes until they slightly double. But the oven is preheating right now to 400 degrees, and I'm gonna bake them for 25 minutes once the oven is done preheating. But we're just letting them get one final rise while the oven is preheating. And I'm just gonna let them rise right back there. Now I did have this bit of dough left over, so I'm just gonna experiment and try to do like a braided loaf or something. I honestly cannot believe I was not recording that whole time. So disappointing. That's like rookie move, right? Instead, I'll use this to demonstrate everything because I did knead and all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and knead. And I knead it for like a good minute or so. And then from kneading, I took this jar, which I use for large batches of sourdough starter, and I rolled it out. And I tried my best to get it into like the shape of a square. Now another way you can do this, if you don't roll it out and you have a pretty good eye or a kitchen scale, you can just break it off into about 24 even balls and stick those into your actual pan for baking. So let's pretend this is like a huge piece of dough that I've now rolled out and stretched. I took this spatula, because my pastry cutter is somewhere, and I just cut it like this. And then I cut them like this to make the little diamond shapes. Granted, this is a lot smaller because it's not as much dough. But then this is what you end up with. And these are cute. I'll snack on these throughout the week. Or probably throughout the day if I'm being honest. The oven just finished preheating, but my dough has not sat enough. So I'm going to let it sit some more before I actually put it in. And when we're done, we'll actually brush this with some melted butter because why not? So while we wait for that, I'll do some cleaning. As you guys know, I hope you know, this is like my favorite time of the year. And I love just to cook and make things from scratch. We don't always do a traditional Thanksgiving. One, we rarely do turkey because I'm not a big turkey fan. And turkey's just too big for like my family. When we do a turkey, my husband's like, turkey again, because once we're done Thanksgiving turkey, it's turkey pot pie, turkey soup, turkey and rice, turkey sandwiches. Like I go all out. So for the most part, we do like roast chicken, pot roast. Sometimes we'll do like a grilled fish, like a salmon or something. But Thanksgiving is really what you make it or whatnot. You have Thanksgiving food any time of year. I don't know if I'm going to do a sweet potato pie this year. I would like to, but we'll see. But dessert's always fun. Dessert is always good. You guys already know I love the cornbread dressing with the canned cranberry sauce that's in gelatin form, not whole cranberry. Do not want it. I don't want fresh cranberries. No, give me the cranberry sauce in gelatin form from Ocean Spring. And then pretty much we don't do anything. We're gonna put the Christmas tree up after Thanksgiving, so I'm really excited about that. I wanted it up sooner, but my husband's the Grinch. So we did not get it up sooner like I wanted it to. But that's fine. I'll come back when it's time to actually put these in the oven. All right, everyone, they've done their final rise, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. I'll check at 20 and then I'll decide how much longer I wanna go. So here they are before. They smell like yeast rolls, they smell good. Go ahead and stick them in there. And then I'll stick my little baby batch in there also. And we'll be back after the timer goes off to do a nice check on them. So it's smelling good in here. Let's see what we have going on. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Oh yeah. These are definitely ready to go. And here's my little baby ones. So what I did not do is melt butter beforehand, so we're just gonna old school it. Look how nice these are. Oh, they're so soft and fluffy. One is super hot. Look at that. Oh. Yeah, I see that. Oh yeah. And yes, it's super hot. And yes, I'm about to taste it. And yes, I'm probably gonna say, oh, that's hot. All right, let's see how this is. You know, it makes it a really good yeast roll. Do not follow my bad habits, people. This is what gives you at the restaurants. All right, so there you have it. Excuse me. I'm literally sitting here eating this, but there you have it. That's how we make yeast rolls. Very nice, easy, simple to make. I'll put the recipe on the screen as well as in my description. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week and you're doing everything you need to do in order to get ready for Thanksgiving. And I will talk to you guys on the next video.